He thinks he's gonna use the bike as a primer.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if this works.
What?
This ridiculousness.
Oh, look at that, boys.
Yeah, but you're gonna get tired.
Tired? See?
Squirting our shit out everywhere.
Well, that's because it's fun to shit out of her. Yeah, you owe me. Hey.
We're teaching Dane how to read. He's struggling here.
Yeah.
He only
Pictures work the best.
Well, there's some pictures here.
Yeah, but they're not colored.
Oh, well, we can get some markers and you can color.
Just give him some crayons.
Some crayons, yeah.
You
don't have enough crayons to explain to me how this works.
Good Tuesday. We didn't have a camera on Monday, so...
Yeah, I had it at home still. It was raining out yesterday and it wasn't very nice.
Yeah, she'll melt if she gets wet.
Yeah, I couldn't go outside because I melt.
Here's old Bulbert. Hey. Well, they want to know how many days you're going to wear that shirt. He did.
No one said anything about your shirt.
Oh, just kidding. That's his work shirt.
Well, I have something I want to ask you. So we're wondering and they're wondering how long you're going to wear that vest until you can't fit into it anymore.
It's actually small. It's a little on the small side.
Yeah. A little tight in the arms, around the arms, and a little short in the body.
No.
It just pushes everything out the bottom.
This was when I was younger.
Yeah, she's a little small.
What's the name on it?
I don't know. It's something I got many years ago. It's probably a medium. It's not even.
Well, we're
large.
wondering how long you're gonna wear that sweatshirt until you can't fit into it too.
Well, it's because I've been working out.
Bulking season.
It's
Bulking season. There you go.
Bulking season is every spring and every fall for Mark.
Every spring and every fall. Yeah. No, it's been bulking up over the winter.
Well, in winter too.
So Dane, can you explain to the nice folks what you've been doing here?
So you've been
Show them what you did yesterday. Why are we putting toolboxes on everything?
Well, so we can pretend we know what we're doing. You know, if we carry wrenches around on each tractor, then it just helps with our, our mojo. Makes us feel like we know what we're doing. We still gotta call Bo and have him come and fix all the shit anyway. But at least each tractor's got its own tools. So we made these brackets for these two are for the RXs.
You did a good job, Dane. That actually
Where are they
looks
going?
professional.
Under the nose. They'll bolt up on the side frame on the bottom. And then this will go on top of it.
All right, so what we did here is we found these toolboxes on online, Tractor Supply. We bought 3 of these toolboxes, and the point of them is we're loading them all up, and they're going to be on each tractor. So the 2-track and both RXs. So that way, little piddly stuff that you got to fix, you don't have to call somebody. Here's the inside of them, just a little toolbox. I'll show you one that we've already stocked up, or Bo's been the one stocking them up. And then Dane built these brackets here. We're gonna put them on the left side of the tractor so we can get at the oil, right?
Yep. No, you really did do a good job. They actually look like they came from a factory.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the welding is perfect.
Don't give them too much credit.
Yeah, not too much, because then everything starts to swell.
Because then I gotta beat them back down and cut them down.
Yeah. They're not that nice.
Yeah,
the holes are crooked.
Yeah, actually they're nice and straight.
It looks good.
What are you doing, James?
You know damn well what I'm doing.
Well, I know what you're doing, but tell the folks what you're doing.
Well, this might be over their head, but we're just making some hooks. Reorganizing the service truck, making some hooks to hang some hoses and cords and stuff on.
Yeah. Bo's, he's been organizing the service truck today, getting ready for spring. So it's one of them things he does every year. He goes through it and make sure he's got all the tools that he wants, and sometimes he buys some new ones too. But we can't tell Steve, Bo.
We haven't really bought anything new.
No, not much lately. I'll go show you what Bo's doing here. Well, okay. So this bin here is all redone. New battery for the crane, and kind of organized our straps. So, and then he's them pieces that he just showed you. He's going to weld one here, and then that way the extension cord can go here. Then he's going to put one here for the airline, and then we got a hydraulic box there, and then the blower and a few other things that'll go in that compartment. And then we got to clean the back of that up. It's been a catch-all for a little while. All right, what we're doing here is we're switching out. This is one of them meters. So what we're doing is we're taking this yellow one apart. So this is low poundage. They just classify it as low. Obviously you see the little ribbles in there, not very much. This is for like 2 to 5 pounds or 2 to 10 pounds or something like that. It's something that's really light seeding, right? Canola. But since I told you in the last video how heavy we're having to seed the wheat, I'm running out of wheat before I run out of fertilizer. And we have a middle tank, so I don't want to carry around a ton of weight, but I can put a little more in there just so I can fill everything at the same time. So the fertilizer will be about empty, the seed will be about empty, just make things a little more efficient. So, you know, this probably costs $600-700 probably to do this. So it's a quick payback, I guess, if a guy can get a little more out of the drill. So anyway, you take the innards, like now there's nothing here, and you put them on the green ones. As you can see, they're deeper, so they're more of a high poundage roller. The roller sits in there like this, and then there's these here that are in there. Okay, well these are for the yellow ones, so I need to change these out. I can get it out. Oh, you dirty bugger. So as you can tell, everything else is the same, but you got this lip here. So this lip is to help hold back product, you know, on these here. So it's like this. See where that closes the gap there? Well, now on the green ones, more high volume, we don't need that. So that's why we're replacing that. We're going to switch all these yellow ones out to black ones, and then I'll show you here in a minute. Okay, we got the meters. We got the meters taken care of here. On these meters, on the last video, remember I was talking about this here, this gate sensor rod. This was not the problem. What the problem was is when we'd taken the meters apart and cleaned them last fall, or spring I mean, and we put them back together, this piece here got missed. This piece, if you look in the last video I seen it, it was down here on the end. So these were all pushed over that far. So see them little nubs right there by my finger? That's the magnet. Well, that's why it was 1, 2, 3, and 4 that weren't working right. Okay, I mean they were working, but they weren't. The section control wouldn't work either, so we didn't even try it. I shut off the section control. Well, that's because all these plungers were off just a little bit, and then it made it so these here weren't reading that rod. If you ever have a problem with an air seeder with section control and it's not picking up the gates, pull your meters and double check. Make sure you have this in the center. I mean, we all knew it was supposed to be there, but it just, you know, it just got overlooked. It got put on the end, and that's just how that works sometimes. Things happen. Because I put the new rod in, and it still threw the same code. And I'm like, what the heck? So then I started pulling the meters apart again, and then I didn't even notice it until I got into the meters a little bit, and I'm like, oh, this isn't supposed to be here. This is supposed to be in the center. So yeah, that's that.
Kind of a little soup hole that we have out here, huh?
Yeah.
We got some rain and snow yesterday. So now it's kind of a mess outside. So we're gonna be putting those toolboxes that they showed you earlier on these RXs. Right there, Dana?
Yes, ma'am.
So, what are you doing? You're gonna drill some holes in the bottom of the...
No, I'm just cleaning them out.
Oh, there's holes already under there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see that now. Not going anywhere. Now we gotta set the toolbox on top of this.
Think it'll hold me?
Watch it move. If it can hold you, it's good.
Yeah. 200 pounds of shit.
We mounted one of these toolboxes on the 2-track here. Originally, we wanted to put it right here, but then, checking oil and stuff, it's in the way. And then we put it here. It's just low enough to not interfere with the lights. So here's some of the stuff that we're going to carry with us for planting season. So we have dielectric grease, we have a seed boot sensor, we have a down pressure sensor for the gauge wheels, tape measure in case you got to measure something and get back to somebody, spanner wrench for the adjusting the pump. There's a hammer, a crescent wrench in here, brake cleaner, lube, got wrenches in the back, all metric, some Phillips and flathead screwdrivers, scrapers, torque type wrench kit, ratchet, Allen wrench, Stanley knife, little needle nose vice grip, regular vice grip, and then under here you got some rags and gloves, duct tape, zip ties, plier, and some mechanics wire. So I think that should cover it for the small stuff that you might need to work on in the field. Dielectric grease, you got a lot of electrical connections and stuff like that. Like let's say the down pressure sensors. I know they have a PIP for that, which means it's an update kit to eliminate the connectors, and it goes right to the main harness. So sometimes if you have a problem with that, sometimes this comes in handy. Just get you up and going again. Nice weatherproof unit. Not a lot of money. Could save you a lot of time. And we'll see what Bo's doing here. We'll sneak up on him. Oh, can't even sneak up on you. So, look at this. See, just like I told you guys. Oh yeah, pretty nice. So now we got our hoses here, electrical cord there, jumper cables, hydraulic fitting box, and the blower. That's a lot better than the way it was.
Jump pack needs to go in there.
Oh yeah, jump pack.
Like the cord and this air hose, the air hose is just kind of if we need a little extra length, so we don't use it all the time.
No, just in case something, for some weird reason, you need it. With everything being electric now, that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
That's the only time you'll ever hear me say that. Oh, it's nice to have electric stuff. We're not talking the cars.
The Milwaukee's.
Just the Milwaukee's. Okay. We're gonna take this meter out there and put it in the air drill, and then we're gonna bring that into the shop. And we got a couple gussets we got to weld on the vertical arms. There's some cracking going on, so get that fixed up. The guys put all new wheel bearings on it, and we had about 3 tires we had to retube, put new tubes in them. So that thing, the roller's pretty much ready to go. Dane and Steph are trying to get them brackets put on for the toolboxes, but of course it doesn't go as easy as it seems. We got a little rain. I think we're ½ inch now between kind of what's came over the weekend and then yesterday. We Got the tanks full of, the one tank full of seed, another tank full of fertilizer. And then I shut the disconnects off, which are them things, and then drain the meter out. Like even this little bit, just condensation, it's fertilizer dust, you know, it's not good. But nothing you can do about it. So we're gonna put this in. There is a top and a bottom to these. That, and give her a little push. Pull this rod out. Stick it in there. Lock that in. And there we go. Here's the back side of that suction control. So here's the valve block and the brains that run the suction control, and then there's little actuators right here, or right here, whatever behind here, and then it's got that pin that pushes on these gates that I showed you guys earlier. I don't know if Steph showed you this, but we finished our plumbing, put the tanks in, and the plumbing done on, got the stand built, and Dane and Bo did that, and bolted down that hub, and everything's pretty much ready to go. So it's CHS delivering some 28% today. So it looks like water, but it's liquid 28%. It's what it is, it's liquid nitrogen for when we side dress the corn in the summer. It's that way we don't put all our fertilizer on up front. We spoon feed a little more. It makes it more efficient, better for everything, I guess. You get more out of your fertilizer doing it that way than just putting it all up front. Get this stuff put in the tanks and be ready for summer. Hey, today is Wednesday today. A few things going on. Like I said the other day, I was getting the service truck ready. It's got all this stuff laid out here. Getting tools matched up. Doing a complete cleaning, reorganizing all the miscellaneous stuff that was in the drawers and things that we want to keep, but I'm going to organize better. So, this is our parts cabinet. He's going to go through all that yet. There's some equipment that we don't have that we traded. That's going to get pulled out and replaced. And then, yeah, get this room or this cabinet organized, it looks like. Our oils. Yeah, so it's a couple day project right there. So, what are we going through here? All the air fitting stuff, huh?
All kinds of stuff.
This nice little bucket we just throw everything in.
Yeah. Even through your toothbrush.
Oh, my toothbrush. I was looking for that the other night. Yeah. That's a good one. Oh, we'll go over here. Go over here and see what Dane's doing here.
What's up?
Well, I was going to ask you the same thing. What's going on?
Just grinding on this step here. Oh, you know, just another.
So what are we doing here?
Just fixing.
Fixing or bracing or what?
Putting some gussets in.
Here's one that he did already. Dane, you want to explain what you did here quick like? Dane's been doing a bunch of reinforcing on the roller here.
So we cut some triangles and put in here some 3/8 stick. This one is laminated. I put 2 pieces in there. Anyway, I made 3 passes on this one. A root pass and then what I call a little shelf pass. So when I put my final pass on there, it's got something to rest on. So I got 3 passes in here and 2 passes on that one because it's vertical, so it's kind of hard to do that one.
Yeah, and then explain to them why you didn't just put it on flat like this. Like you tipped it back.
The triangle, you mean?
Yeah, see, you're like it doesn't follow the corner here, just like a corner.
Yeah. So the reason being is it'll support in the center of the tube rather than just on the edge of the tube. You lay it in like that, and it's pushing from the center out.
Instead of just on the corners here.
Yep, instead of just on the corner. Yep.
Is that why you can get by with one big gusset instead of having two?
Yes. Yeah. Instead of putting one here and one on the inside.
Yeah, because I never thought of that. I'm like, okay, well that makes sense. So you tip, if you see that, you tip it in a little bit, and then it pushes on the center of the pipe instead of just up on the top.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and we only have so much room here too, so.
Right. And the reason this stuff is just cracking a little bit is because of the way this machine is designed. When you turn a little too tight off the gravel roads, that roller or that shaft will hit this up and down, and it puts a lot of strain on this area. So it's not from just abuse or anything like that. It's just from kind of the way it's designed.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah. It should have maybe had a stop down here for this trailing arm, so it would pry on that versus the shaft hitting that cross tube.
Looks like you did the same here.
Yes.
In this corner here. Yep. And you're gonna do one in that corner, and then are you doing any up on top there or what?
I suppose we will. Yeah. We got cracking there and here, and this one's got some cracking, so we'll cut them out, groove them out, and then fill them back in.
So we got more rain last night. Well, another 4/10. I think we're at just about an inch now. Oh, maybe a hair over an inch. She could, it can quit now. The extended forecast doesn't look the greatest. I don't know, I think this time of year it gets kind of hard to forecast. I'm assuming maybe any time of year, but it's a forecast. What do you expect? This is a long process here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of stuff to go through. Is there any more tools or new additions that we need to get?
Getting rid of stuff.
Oh, you're thinning out the herd a little bit?
Maybe a ratchet or two.
Oh, did you guys see these that Bo made? So any of you John Deere guys out there, you're gonna know what this is. If you don't know what this is, oh, we got some specialty tools here. Bo made these here. What size are they?
18 millimeter.
An 18, both of them?
Yep.
So we got
Longer than the other.
a long 18 millimeter and a short 18 millimeter.
Long ones for the chopper drive.
Okay, so this one here. If any of you have green equipment out there, or even if you're just watching and you don't have equipment, could you imagine, see that rod right there? If you want to take the tension off of this belt, you got to back this off so the spring loosens up. Well, that's a lot of cranking, I mean, even a ratchet wrench, it goes faster, but now that Bo made this, look at that. See? Zip them right off. Done deal. Same with that other one, that shorter one. We got other places on the machine that have them type of springs, but that one's the longest. That one's got the longest rod on it. So typically use this one, but once in a while we use the big one. This here, big telescoping magnet, saved a few lives. This was our catch-all bin here. If you wanted anything, it was always in here. Seemed like you could always find it, but I don't know. Bo's getting her thinned out now, so. But this was in that little deal. Just the most random things you could ever imagine, but it was handy. What you doing?
Stacking wood.
Stacking wood. Yeah.
Well, it's not Titty Tuesday, and that's behind us. Hump Day was yesterday. So it's Thirsty Thursday. Yeah. Looks like we're gonna do some fencing. See that?
We were gonna go to town and get some expanded metal, but decided to go in the scrap iron pile and see what there was, and we pulled this out. So what Dane's gonna do with that is,
okay, we're gonna box in on the hitch on the roller, a place to throw stones if we find stones in the field, or fence posts or gold nuggets or shit like that. Dead skunks, you know, we don't want to leave them in the field.
You
We'll
won't
stack
tell
them.
me if you find a gold nugget though.
Nope, you just won't see me again. Hey, is that still hold up now for this year?
The rock
The
thing?
$20 a rock?
$20 a rock. Well, we ran the Ripper last fall, so. Okay,
That's not fair.
this is the deal. You guys, so Dane, when he come over and helped us, was it 2 years ago? I told him, I said, if you can find a rock, it's $20 a rock. Well, there's not many, not many to find, but he can, I swear to God, he sprinkles it out of his pockets and he finds a couple of them here and there.
Yeah, I bring them from home and then I pitch them out.
Yeah. You'd probably make more money doing it that way.
Yeah, it's better than gopher trapping.
You bring a pickup load or a car load of rock and then, yeah, look at what I found.
Yeah. Should we go show them what we're gonna do?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm sure they'd like to see.
Show the folks at home, huh?
Yeah.
So yeah, in here we're gonna box this in the hitch here on the roller. So we'll put a couple of frame rails, some angle iron on the bottom or something, and then we're gonna tack in that goat fence.
What are we looking for, Dane?
Chrome mud flaps. We put that on Steve's pickup when he's not looking.
Oh, yeah. Thick. There we go. Well, show Bo that one. You need to get it thick.
Hey, Bo.
Yeah, I know. I've seen all these.
Dane, we don't let him out very often. Thick. Oh, mud flap hangers.
On Steve-O's, or we get him a sticker anyway.
Yeah, it's the sticker that says thick on the bottom. Oh.
Oh man. Okay, we gotta get to work now.
All right.
Dick chick. Oh man, that'd be fun. That'd make my day.
Hey, today is Saturday. I come over to visit Dane. He's been working on a tree project over there. I don't know if you can see that. There's the man himself.
It's a mess.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna head out and give you a little crop update on the over here at Dane's place. When we were putting wheat in, Dane had some ground that was ready, so he put his beans in. When were they planted, Dane? Remember the date?
Yeah.
Or the April what?
It was 2 weeks ago, wasn't it? A week ago, 2 weeks ago.
So planted these here a little heavy just because it's so early, and we put them a hair deeper than normal, probably a little over 1.5 inches, somewhere in there. But there you go, just their April beans right there. They're swelled up, they're starting. It's gonna be 70 degrees tomorrow. They'll really start doing something here. Yep, there's the tail. Anyway, long as your soil temp within 24 hours of planting the beans and you have moisture is around 50 degrees, they'll take the moisture in and they won't go through they call it chilling imbibition. If the bean sucks in cold water right when you plant it, so you want to avoid that. It doesn't really matter if it gets, chilly after that. And then some guys are like, well, why would you plant in April? It's not, aren't you afraid of frost? Well, the beans aren't going to come flying out of the ground. And this ground that he put it on is a nice sandy loam soil. So it's not wet type of soil. So you don't have to worry about it being waterlogged and stuff like that. But yeah, these beans should be popping through as soon as it warms up, and we'll we'll show you what they look like. But yeah, April seeded beans, northern Minnesota. How did you feel about putting beans in April?
It was nice then. So
Yeah, the conditions were good.
perfect.
Why don't you tell them a little bit about how you prep your ground here? What this ground here, this sandy stuff, what did you do?
We left it from last year. We didn't work it or nothing. We left it alone. And last spring we had turkey manure put on, about 2 ton an acre, or 2.5, something like that. Anyhow, we took the beans off last year and we just left it, being it was so dry. And this year we just tilled right into that. We didn't even touch it. And we rolled it again. And it was perfect. It was dry, but there was moisture right underneath the crust and right under the surface. So.
And what type of ground is this typically? It is a light soil.
It's kind of sandy in places, but it's not. It's a sandy loam. It's nothing great. There's better ground around me, but
it's nice to get it in early because then he gets to save the moisture.
Yep. And
they get going, and then you got that extra water capacity in the ground.
That was the whole deal.
Yeah.
It can dry out up here early, so
yeah, no, it's a nice way of doing it here. So there's a little green out here in spots from the turkey manure being applied, but he's going to you said, what are you going to do tomorrow?
Spray that tomorrow, Roundup.
Clean all this up, you got an odd grass poking out there, and get that cleaned up and start nice and fresh. So that's it on this video. We'll see you next week.
Laters.